check it out to see all of Herradura. I suspect this is a mustache. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bike Hike Botany. Today I'm going to take you guys along with me on a really cool hike that is over here in Jaco. It's actually between Jaco and Herradura. So this area is known as Quebrada Bonita. So first thing, I gotta cross this little river to get into Quebrada Bonita, and then I'm going to be heading over towards Playa Balsa. So this is a really cool little hidden beach that's tucked away on the other side of the mountains. And then from there, we're going to head up on into the ridge and start walking up into the mountains. So I am expecting that this hike is going to be pretty difficult. It's quite long and today is extremely hot. The thing I have to look out for most is to not get heat exhaustion. Get out my pool so I don't fall face first into the water. So right here there's a little creek, and for those of you that like birds, this is a really good spot to come and observe them in the morning. Just up ahead, I actually saw a pochote recently with Kelly and Kristen. That was pretty cool because I had no idea what they are, and then I looked them up online. Quite a funny bird they are. They've got these ugly yellow eyes. Right, so I made it across that and I didn't get my shoes wet. Yay! So this pochote that I spotted recently was actually right over here in this field, and he was perched on one of those posts, and it was in broad daylight, so somewhat unusual. I had never seen this bird before. I didn't even know what it was, so I was pretty excited to see that. We're passing one of my favorite Monstera dubias on this road, and yeah, this is a very scenic little walk. So I've just come across a Erythria fusca tree. It seems to have lost all its flowers or its blossoms, and now it's got a bunch of berries, as we can see. So here's one that still has the blossom. But this tree just a couple weeks ago was really beautiful. It was full of orange blooms, and there are actually a lot of Baltimore Orioles that were in this tree. The ground is covered with these lovely blooms. Whew. A little bit of dust from that ATV, but okay, so I just heard something really weird off the side of the trail, and I saw it moving in the grasses, and I can't see it anymore. It looked like it was gray, and it's probably a bird, but it's making this really strange sound, like So I'm actually waiting here and trying to see if it'll come out so I can get a glimpse of it. And I'll see if I can record the sound. Oh, I heard something there. Alright, well, I'd love to stick around and see what that was, but there's absolutely no shade here, and it's starting to feel hot. It's like probably 31 degrees or something, so I have to keep on moving. Okay, so we are heading towards that hill back there that you can see, and once we get to the top of there, we're gonna have some really amazing views. Ooh. Crazy iguanas running through the jungle. Okay, so I've encountered my first obstacle here. Usually you can cross here, there's a little trail, but as you can see, they've dug out a very deep trench. If I go down there, I don't know how I'd be getting out. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and try to find where I can meet up with that trail. Okay, I found a way to get to this trail, and now the climbing begins. This is a pretty steep hill, but luckily it's not too long. but it's hot, so I'm taking a few minutes here in the shade before I start this climb. So this is something that I always tell people if they're hiking here, especially in summertime in Costa Rica, to bring a lot of water. And I think sometimes people think like 1 liter is a lot of water, but it's not. I know I'm going to be gone for probably 4 or 5 hours today. I know the temperatures are really high, so I actually have like 3.5 liters with me. Even if I don't use it all, I'd rather have it in case. You know, you're sweating quite a lot in these temperatures. Even if you're not in the sun, humidity is quite high, so it's very important to stay hydrated. If you guys are wondering why I haven't put out a video in several weeks, well, things have been pretty busy. I've been working a lot and my foot pain has come back. Those things combined forced me to take some time off from filming. Today I'm really glad to be able to come out here, just enjoy nature, listen to the birds, get some fresh air, get some exercise, and make a video for you guys. Okay, so I've made it to the top of that first hill. Wasn't too bad. Check out the views I've got on this side. Now I am coming onto Playa Balsa. This beautiful little island we see here is Isla Herradura, so it's part of Herradura. These views are incredible. Check this out. So the last time I was out this way with Kelly, it was in rainy season, and this area was where we had to actually turn around because of that landslide, which is pretty crazy. But they've since repaired the road. The trail, although slippery, is in good condition. Otherwise, one thing that you'll commonly see out here on the trail are these things. This has fallen from one of the trees above me. It looks really funny. It looks like a mustache. All right, so we are coming on to Playa Herradura. This, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I suspect this is a turtle trail. There are a lot of turtles that nest out here on the Pacific coast. But yeah, check out that view. It's quite fantastic. Quite a beautiful day today. I really love tide pools because they're full of life. So you can see there's tiny little fish swimming about, and then I don't know if you guys can see this thing down here, but this is some type of slug. It's just sliming its way across this rock. Pretty interesting. Feels good to cool down. Even though I haven't been hiking that long, it's really hot out today. Since I'm here, I'd also like to thank some of my supporters that have contributed to my Buy Me a Coffee or my Patreon recently. So I just want to say thank you very much. This really helps me quite a lot, actually. This view here is for you. And the best part about all of this is I have this place to myself. There isn't another soul on this beach. Well, another human soul. There's probably a lot of birds and other animals. But yeah, no people whatsoever. So it's kind of a cool place to come if you know how to get here. Again, I don't know if this place is accessible year-round or if it's going to always remain accessible. I'm not sure. We could see with the trench, they're obviously trying to dissuade vehicles from entering, so I wouldn't be surprised if eventually the entire route is blocked off. So I've been seeing that a little more frequently now in Costa Rica. Places where I used to be able to go and hike are now being fenced off and such. Well, as nice as that was, I am going to have to get going because I still have a ways to go. There's still quite a few kilometers to cover, and it's not getting any cooler out. And now we're heading over onto this trail. This heads into the woods, but I wanted to show you this really interesting tree that is over here on the side of the trail. It's actually covered in thorns. Kind of scary. I wouldn't want to touch it. So I actually came up onto this little platform here. It's a really nice little lookout, and it actually has even nicer views than down below. So I found a nice little shady spot. It's really breezy up here, and it's much cooler than it was down at the beach. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to eat some of my strawberries, cool down, and then I'll get back on the trail. Ooh. And we were just down there a few minutes ago. But this is a beautiful spot. And again, I'm the only person out here. So kind of enjoying the solitude today. Peace and quiet. Okay, so I just came across something pretty weird out in the middle of nowhere. It's some sort of lookout. I'm not really sure I want to go on it, to be honest. I do know that there are some ATV tours that do come out here. So if you guys are coming to Jaco area and you want to do an ATV tour out here, I can put a recommendation right over here for a tour company that arranges this for you, and will bring you to this gorgeous lookout. We're heading in the direction of Herradura. And this section is really amazing, and I'm really happy to be in this section right now because it's shaded, and just let me tell you, it's getting really hot out, guys. So yeah, so at least for the next little bit, I am going to be walking down this beautiful shaded path, and there are many birds out here, as you guys can hear them singing. The trees out here are huge. Look how tall they are. Okay, so I'm hearing these birds calling to each other, and I'm not a birder, as you guys know. But Kristen and Jim, if you saw my last episode, they are quite big birders, and they recommended this app, Merlin. So I downloaded it. This is not at all a sponsored ad. I just thought I'd give it a try and see if it worked. And yeah, I was able to record their call, and it's telling me that it's a chestnut-backed antbird. So there you go. I might actually learn something about birds today. We've just been going down, 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 but basically it comes out onto this clearing. Kind of hard to describe. There's some pretty unusual trees in this clearing, and then it connects to the back of somebody's farm, but we're not going to be going to the farm. We're just going to be continuing on towards Herradura. Alright, so here we are at this clearing that I was telling you guys about, and this is a really beautiful area. If you look at these trees, they're quite unusual. There are also quite a few monsteras growing up in these trees. As you can see, over in these trees here. Lots of Monstera dubia. I'm gonna take a little break here. Just sit and enjoy the sounds for a bit before I start the very hot section of the trail. We're getting close to the end, sort of. So this section is not going to be easy. We are coming on to the other side of Quebrada Bonita, which is down there. And then the plan is to head up into that mountain right there. I mean, I honestly don't know how far we're gonna make it today. It is really, really hot. But yeah, ideally I'd like to make it to the top of there. And I'm sure there's gonna be some incredible views. So let's get to it. I've got to take a break along the way. We just take a break. I've taken a lot of breaks today. The heat really does a number, let me tell you. So that down there is the part of the new development of Quebrada Bonita. And then over on this side we've got Playa Herradura. And there we have Herradura Bay, looking beautiful today. So we've walked quite a good distance already, and we still have a little bit more to go. And then I still have to get home. So, so it's actually a pretty long hike today. I didn't calculate it, but if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's going to end up probably being about 18, 19 kilometers or so from my house. So in this heat, that's no joke. I think all the animals are hiding because it's too hot. Just saw a Pochote running across the trail, and the last time I saw them out here as well, there was a whole group of them. So maybe we'll see another one. Okay, there's definitely some Pochotes up here. I've been hearing them here and there, but I had my camera on whenever they cross. So we're gonna keep going straight. It looks like it's gonna be hot and uphill. Looks like there's some sort of lookout over here. Let's go check it out. Oh yeah, we can see Los Sueños in the distance and the marina. Check it out. You can see all of Herradura. I think I've arrived to the end of this trail. We've got Playa Herradura over on this side, some really amazing views, and then we've got Playa Jaco straight in front of us. So just some really spectacular views all around. We need to make our way back up the trail, and then we're gonna walk down there, but rather than going back to the forest, we're gonna head down towards that field below. And we're gonna go into Quebrada Bonita. Let's get out of the sun and find a shady place. Yeah, I think I got a lot of sun today. So I'm actually just taking a break again. Getting some shade, hydrating. Just gonna rest a little bit before I make my way down, because it's gonna be bloody hot down there. It's just full open sun. I just saw something here that's really cool. Check it out. Ever cool. Let's take one and open her up. Oh, there's some seeds in there. Very neat. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. I've Made it down that hill. I am now in Quebrada Bonita. We were way up at the top of there just a few minutes ago with those amazing views. Alright, as you guys know, I always make dog friends wherever I go. This is today's dog friend. She was barking at me a couple seconds ago, but then I just gave her a little sweet voice and called her over. And turns out she's not that mean after all. She's quite a little sweetie. Hey? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Today was pretty grueling, mainly because of the heat. I don't think the distance is so bad, and the trail is actually quite nice. But I think that's going to be it for today, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed coming along on this very hot adventure. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of emails lately from people who are planning to come to Costa Rica and are interested in doing some of the hikes that I've done around here in Jaco. So I've been getting asked a lot of questions. So if any of you are planning to come to Costa Rica and you want to tag along on one of the adventures, just make sure to send me an email to bikehikebotany@gmail.com. I will leave it down in the description below. So, and if you guys want to help out with the channel, you want to help me grow, help me create more content, you can head on over to my Patreon, or preferably these days I'm using Buy Me a Coffee. And on Buy Me a Coffee I also have some extras, such as a personalized signed postcard from Costa Rica. But yeah, if you want to make a contribution, you can go ahead there and do so, and of course I really appreciate it. And if you can't, then subscribe. Just subscribe, because again, my stats are showing me that basically most of you who watch my video are not subscribed, so what are you waiting for? And if you can, give this video a like, share it with people you know, tell them to watch. It all helps me grow, and I really appreciate you guys coming along. I will see you on the next one. Pura vida. Hi, cutie. Oh, aren't you so cute? Very cute. They're all looking at me. They're like, who are you and what are you doing?